Hello everyone, welcome to Program Insider. I'm back again with the new video. In this video, we are going to create a simple admin dashboard. This dashboard gives us a bunch of information. At the very beginning, it says welcome to feedback by mentioning the username. At the right side, there are three elements in a row. The first one is the user profile picture in small size. Beside the profile picture, there is a notification icon. The user notification will display over here. And next, we have the icon that enables us to toggle the screen between light to dark and vice versa. On the left side, we get the fixed side menu. This side menu is fixed only on desktop. For tablet and the mobile size, it will be hidden. And over here, there is an arrow that helps us to show the side menu. And now the arrow's direction is changed, and that indicates that to hide the side menu. And click on it. Now the arrow direction is changed back to the original direction. And by default on desktop, the side menu is fixed and always shown. Inside the side menu on the top, we get the theme bank, the company name, and the company logo. And at the center, there are a navigation links. Each navigation link has hover effects. When the link is active, the background in the text color will looks like this. And in the main body over here, as first, we get the debit card account section. This section helps us to add debit card. We already add one debit card to demonstrate to you what it looks like later, and by clicking on this button you can add further debit cards. Next, there is a total balance section. Here is the total balance, and under the total balance there is a date. This date indicates that the last date this total balance is updated. At the bottom, there are three buttons. The buttons are to send the money, to top up, and the more option. Over here, we get the recent transaction section. This section is the recent transaction in the last 7 days. And the user received this both amount of money through PayPal and the TransferWise, and it will pay this amount of money by Spotify Premium and H&M payment method. And finally, we get the expense section. Inside the expense section, there is a gauge, and this gauge shows us the total expense as a percentage. Over here, it is the percentage, and our total expense is around $2,000. And this web page is fully responsive, and it can fit for tablet and the mobile size. After you complete this tutorial, you will be able to know how to hide or show the menu smoothly, and you will know how to toggle your web page screen between light to dark and vice versa. And you will know how to create a gauge that shows the total expense as a percentage. And you will learn how to make the page responsive and the different element layouts. The source code link is in the description below. You can check it out. Let's get to the tutorial. Okay. In HTML file, we are begin by creating a main container. This main container called dashboard, and we put everything, this main body including the side menu, we put inside the dashboard container. And inside dashboard we create the side menu container, and inside menu we create the toggle menu, the arrows that help us to show and hide the side menu. And inside toggle menu we put the icon. We're gonna use an icon from the fontawesome.com, and we search for arrow. To use this icon, don't forget to add this link in your HTML file, and search for arrow, and click on it and copy. It's totally free, and paste here, and we get the arrow. And then next to the arrow, we're gonna create a side nav container. This side nav container means the side menu over here, the entire side menu over here. And then we're gonna split this side menu into two sections. Starting from the logo up to here, we give the class name top nav, and for the rest we're gonna give the bottom nav. And create a top nav container. Inside top nav, at the top we have logo. Inside logo element, we have the logo icon. Let's give the class name logo pic or picture, and the company name pin bank. Let's give the class name logo name. Okay, and after the logo element, we have this section name over here, main menu and other, and then we give the class name nav section name for both main menu and other. Nav section name and the main menu. And the next, we're gonna create the navigation links. We use an order list. Inside an order list, we're gonna create the first list. The first list will be dashboard. It means this one. And then we're gonna add this icon from the phone house, and let's search for dashboard, and over here copy and paste. And then we're gonna give for the navigation container, let's say nav, and for each navigation link is we're gonna give class name nav link. Copy and paste. We need 6 navigation link that we are gonna paste 6 times. Save it, and we get those navigation links, and change the name of navigation links. So the second navigation link will be transaction, and now we change the navigation link name, and we're gonna change the icon of each navigation links. For the transaction navigation link, we use the $sign icon and paste over here. And now I change the icon for the transaction navigation link, and I'm gonna change for the rest of the navigation links. Now I changes each icon for navigation links. Then you can get each links from our GitHub, from our source code. And let's create the button for setting and for help center. And just copy it, paste over here. And we're gonna need only 2 links. We change this main menu to others, and we're gonna change the dashboard to setting, and the last for help center. Again, I'm gonna change the icon for setting and help center. Now I changed the icon for setting and help center. Now we're gonna create the bottom nav next to the top nav over here. Bottom nav, and inside bottom nav we're gonna say bank 2023, and we're gonna add the copyright symbol just by using this. Now the copyright symbol is here in the feedback 2023. Give the class name copyright, and we're gonna add a paragraph called copy description or desk, and I just copy the text over here and paste in here. Okay, we are finished for the side menu. We're going to add some style for this side menu. And inside my style CSS, I already imported the font family, and I have the default colors declared in the root. And also I declared the font family inside my body selector. Before I add some styles for the side menu, I want to declare or specify some default styles or common styles by using asterisk selector. And this asterisk select affects the entire web page. Inside the asterisk, we don't need any margin for our project, don't need any padding. And our project and box size will be border box, and I want to remove these bullets, and to remove that, list style type none. Now I remove those bullets, and now okay, now you are going to add some style for the side menu. First for dashboard ID, we give display grid. By default, the display grid display items vertically. And then we're gonna add the style for side nav. Background color will be content BG. I already specified this color in my root over here, and I'm gonna use this color for background color. Content BG. Position fixed, and on top the space from top 0, the space from left 0, and from the bottom 0, and the width of the side menu is 100 pixel, and the padding 2 am from top and bottom, and 1 am from left and right, and the display flex. And by default, the display flex is stack items horizontally, but in my case, I want to stack items vertically. We're going to change the direction of the flex direction, polymer. And I want to give the space between these both elements, and just type justify content space between. Now it gives the gap between those elements. And then we're gonna add some styles for the toggle menu. For the arrow toggle menu is position fixed, the top 0, for the left 0, and the background color will be container BG, and the color will be para color 1. I want to change this left, the space from left to 300 pixel, and now it shows over here. And the font size 1.1 REM, and the padding 2.3 m, and the border radius 0, 10 pixel. The 10 pixel is top right border, and the 10 pixel is the bottom right, and the 0 is for the bottom left corner. And the cursor will be pointer. I'm gonna change the background color of the body. Over here, background color, body, BG. And over here, the toggle menu is shown. Okay, let's give some style for the logo. Over here, logo, copy, and paste. Set style to CSS, and the display flex. Now it is start the item horizontally. And the align items to center, margin from bottom to EM. Now it gives the margin from bottom to EM. I think I should change this, the side nav background into container BG. Okay, this is good. And we're gonna add some style for the logo pic, for the F background color will be content BG, and the height is 100 pixel, and the width 300, 13 pixels, sorry, and the border radius 15%. Over here it gives us the perfect circle. Always when you want to give the perfect circle or the border radius 15%, always you should add the exact equal number of the height and the width amount. And the display, to center this F, we're gonna use display flex, justify content, center, align items, center. Now the F is as the center of the container, and I want to increase the font size of the text 1.1 REM, and font weight will be extra bold 900. The margin from right 1 EM. Now it looks nice, and we're gonna add some style for the company name or logo name. Font weight will be 100, and the font size 1.5 REM, and the text color will be primary color. Okay, we're gonna change this main menu. We're gonna give some style for the section name. Now section name, the color will be para color 2, and the margin from top 1 EM, and as you see it gives 1 EM margin from the top for both main menu and for the others. And the font size is better to be 0.9 REM. Okay, we're gonna add some style was the nav link for each navigation links. The color will be para color 1 and the padding 0.7 em from top and the bottom, 1 em from left to right. Margin from bottom 0.3 em and the font size is 0.9 rem. And the font weight gonna be 600 medium bold, and the cursor should be pointer to indicate that these navigation links are clickable. We're gonna add hover effect for the navigation link. Hover, background color will be nav bg. This gives some border radius. Border radius 10 pixel. Sorry, border radius. Now it has the border radius, and it's better to give some transition on 0.5 s and is in without better. Yeah, and when we hovered on the navigation link, the text color will be primary color. And we're gonna add some class name for each icon in our navigation links. Add icon class name, icon for here. Then we're gonna add some style for each icon. The width of the icon will be 15 pixel, and the margin from right 0.5 em, and the text align center. These icons are aligned perfect. And over here let's give active link over here for the first link, active link. Then we're gonna give special style for the active link, background color will be nav bg, and the color will be primary color. This style is the style we give for the hover effect. I think we didn't add the class icon for this widget icon. Let's find over here widget, yeah, add icon. Now it's perfect. And we're gonna give some style for the copyright over here. Then we're going to copy the copyright class name, and the font weight will be 100 extra bold. Font size is 1 rem, and the color, the text color will be secondary color. Now it still looks good. And then let's give some style for the copy description. The color para color 1 font size will be 0.9 rem, and we're gonna reduce the width 18% of the container. Now it looks good. It's perfect. On desktop size, we don't need to display this arrow, so we're gonna hide it on the desktop screen size at media, and the minimum width 1000 pixel. We're gonna hide this toggle menu. This toggle menu means the arrow over here, and copy the class name and paste display none. When the screen size will be greater than or bigger than 1000 pixels, the arrow over here will be hidden. Now it is shown on the tablet size, but it will be hidden on desktop. And again, we don't need to display this side menu by default on the mobile screen size. So by default on the mobile screen size, the side menu will be hidden, and when we click on this arrow icon, the side menu will be shown. So by default, this side menu should be hidden. And over here, in side nav class name, we hide the width and we change it to width 0. And now the width is 0, and the padding also should be 0, and the overflow should be hidden. Now the side menu on the mobile screen size will be hidden, and on the desktop it should be shown. So to do that, copy the side nav and paste over here. Give the width 300 pixel, and the padding 2em and 1em. And when we expand the screen, the side menu will display on the desktop screen size, and it's automatically hidden on the tablet and mobile size when the screen size is lower than 1000 pixels. Okay, the side menu on the mobile screen side is hidden by default, so the gap of this arrow from the left should be 0. And over here we give the left 300 pixels, so by default it should be 0. And when we click on this arrow, the side menu should be displayed. And to do that, let's create new class, show side nav, and copy it and paste. When we click on this arrow, this class is added to this side nav class again. And when we click on this arrow, the width of the side nav will be override, and it will become 300 pixels. And the padding of the side nav again override, and it becomes 2em on top and the bottom 1em from left to right. So we're gonna do this by using the JavaScript. Okay, there is script.js, and I already linked my script.js with my HTML file. And to target this arrow, first we should target this arrow inside HTML, and we're gonna give the ID name toggle menu, and then we're gonna target this element inside our JavaScript. The document with element by ID, and again we need to target the side nav, and over here we're gonna add some ID side nav, the name similar to the class name, and that's side nav, and target inside JavaScript document dot get element by ID. Okay, when we click on this arrow, the side nav will be displayed or shown. So toggle name, add the event or on click, and let's check it first. Click on the arrow, and now it's alert clicked, so it works. When we click on this arrow, you need to add this show side nav to this element. So when the toggle menu is on click, the side nav add say side nav under class list, and toggle copy this class name and paste over here. Click on it. Now the side menu is shown, but the arrow over here is not displayed. So refresh the page. When this arrow is clicked, the side menu is displayed up to 300 pixels over here. So we should push this arrow about 300 pixels from this left. So to do that, let's create additional class name. Here say slide toggle menu, and copy it in here. The way we click on this arrow is move 300 pixels from the left. So over here, toggle menu, class list, toggle, and copy this class name and paste over here. And now click on the arrow. Now the arrow is pushed 300 pixels from the left, and I can click on it. Now the arrow is back to the original position. But when the side menu is shown, I want to rotate this arrow, and I want to change the arrow direction. So to do that, add over here for the icon additional class name, toggle menu icon, and again add ID attribute, toggle menu icon, the same with the class name, and copy the toggle menu icon and paste over here. To change the direction of the arrow, we're gonna do transform and rotate 0 degree is the original, the default direction. Where we change this to 118 is changed to the opposite direction, but the default direction will be this. Okay, let's create additional class rotate toggle menu icon, and the copy the paste. And when we click on this arrow, this arrow will be rotated by this amount of degree. So copy this toggle ID, toggle menu icon ID, and target inside JavaScript. Document, get element by ID, and paste. When the toggle menu is clicked, this toggle menu icon will be rotated by 180 degrees. So we're gonna add the class. Copy this class and paste. Click on it. Now the direction of the arrow is changed. And now this direction indicates that to push this side menu and to hide this side menu. Click on it. Now it back to the original direction. And then let's add some transition for the icon. Transition or 0.5 zoomed out, and I give this the same transition for the side nav for this one. And now click, as its transition is really cool. Let's reduce this one. The transition is very nice. And on the desktop, also desktop size, the arrow will be hidden, and the side menu is display by default. Refresh the page and reduce the screen size. When the screen size is be lower than 1000 pixels, the side menu will be hidden and the arrow will display. Click on the arrow and click again on the arrow. It hides the side menu. And now we are finished the style for the side menu, and now we are going to create the main body of the page. That means the main body means the section over here. And we're gonna create that section over here. To create the main element or the main section in our HTML file, we create the container called main. This main container contains everything over here. This one, we're gonna name this one the header, and we're gonna name those 4 containers, those 4 sections as analytics. And the main section will contain everything over here. And inside the main section, we're gonna create the header element. Inside the header, we have the headline. So the headline container, inside the headline container, we're gonna type welcome to Fin Bank, and give the class name headline. Under this headline, we're gonna create the sub headline. Name it sub headline and type hi, the username, and welcome back. Again, we have further element inside our header. Over here, these three elements in a row are in our header. So we're gonna put those three items in one container, and this container will be profile container. Profile container. Inside profile container, we create icon container. This icon container contain the moon icon. Copy and paste. Again, copy the element and we're gonna change the icon to notification icon or search for bill. Yeah. And copy again and change to bill. And now we have the moon icon and the notification icon. The only thing left for the header is a profile picture. A profile pic. Inside a profile pic, we're gonna insert an image. In our image folder, we have some images, and we're gonna use the profile.jpg image. And the path is now, and we get the image. Okay, after the header, we have 4 sections. These 4 sections, we're gonna name those 4 sections as analytics. We put these 4 sections inside the analytic container and the create over here next to the header. Create section and give the class name analytics. And inside this section, we're gonna name each section as analytic card and create analytics card element. Okay, inside each element we have debit card account. This means this text over here is we're gonna name that the card header, because this text is common for this one and for the rest of the cards, because each element has this header with different text. So we're gonna create card header and a debit card account. There is the card header, and again we have the debit card demonstration image. So we're gonna put this image and this button inside one container, and we name is the container a debit card container. And inside that debit card, we're gonna create the element for this image. The element will be debit card pic, and insert the image for the debit card, the very debit card png, and the only thing left is the add debit card button. And over here inside the debit card container, and then next to the debit card pick element, we're gonna create the add debit card. And inside that add debit card, we create add button element. That element, we're gonna put this plus sign icon and search for plus and copy paste, and over here type add debit card text. Now we have the card header, the debit card image, and the plus sign icon in the add debit card text. Okay, we're gonna add some style for this debit card section for the analytics and for the header inside the main container. Okay, now style.css, just type main and add some style for the main ID. The width will be 95% and the margin auto, and the margin from the top will be margin top 1.7 EM, because this arrow icon is hide this text, so we should add some margin from the top. Okay, we're gonna add some style for the header display flex, and by default the stack items horizontally, and that's what we're gonna need in our case. And justify content space between, it gives the similar space between each element, and align item center, it's gonna align items vertically like this. So for the headline, the color will be headline color, and the font weight 100 extra bold, and the font size is 1.5 rem. It's around 24 pixel, and some style for sub headline, the text color, sub headline color, plus the font weight medium is enough. And we're gonna add some style for those icon container, and before that we're gonna add some style for the profile container. Profile container, display flex, and align items center vertically. So the display icon, the both icon, does the profile picture horizontally in a row, because the display flex is by default stack items horizontally, and this align items help us to align those items vertically. So the picture is too huge, and add some style first for the profile picture. Profile pic, the width will be 15 pixel, height will be 15 pixel. Always when you want to make that element perfect circle, you always should give the same amount of height and the width. So in my case, I gave 15 pixel for both width and height, and the border radius 15%. This make the perfect circle, and for the image width 100% over as you see, and the object feed will be at the center. Hide the overflow hidden, and I want to give the border around 4 pixels, the border width solid, and the border color will be white. Okay, let's back to the icons. Icon container, background color, container page, and the padding 1.5 em, and the margin from right, the gap between each icon will be 7 em. Okay, that's good. The width of the icon container 14 pixel, and the height again 14 pixel, and the border radius 15%, 10 pixel, sorry, 10 pixel. And I want to put this icon at the center of the container. So the simple way is using display flex, and type display flex and justify content center. They're gonna center the icon horizontally, and align items center. They're gonna center the put at the center in vertical direction. And let's change the icon color. The icon color will be color primary color. Okay, let's give the parser class for the notification icon. Just name it notification, because I want to add this indicator on the notification icon, and the notification, copy the notification and paste over here, and we give the position relative, because we're gonna use position absolute inside the notification. Over here, after content, and the position absolute. Always when we use position absolute inside the container, the parent container should always have the position relative style. Otherwise, the child will be out of the parent. And always when you use position absolute for the child, add position relative for the parent container. And the width will be 5 pixel, and height 5 pixel, and the background color 1A 667A over here. And we're gonna change the position from top -2 pixel, and from left 6 pixel, and the border radius will be 10%. And I want to give the border 2 px, the border width solid, and white. That's really cool. Okay, let's give some style for the analytics over here, and copy the class name. Analytics is the container of those 4 cards. The analytics display grid. On mobile version, we need to display grid, and only one item is display in a row. In the align items, center, justify, items, center, and is the margin from top, the margin between the header and the analytics. It will be margin top 3 em. Now we have 3 em margin from the top, and let's add some style for the analytics card. Analytics card background color will be container, and padding 1 em, and the border radius 20 pixel. Yeah, okay, there is 20 pixel, and the width of that card will be 95% of the parent, and the minimum width, minimum height will be 300 pixel. And I want to give maximum width for this card. 100 pixel is enough. Okay, let's add some style for the image first. The container of the image, debit card big, and this one in the image width 100%. And let's add some style for the image container with 100%, display, flex, and justify content as center, align items as center. Because the maximum width of the image will be 300 pixel. And let's give some style for the debit card container, the container of the image, and the add debit card button. With display, grid, and the gap will be 20 pixel, and grid template, columns 2 far and 1 far. I want to put the button and the picture in one row, and align items center is this, but the add debit card button will be as the center of the container, and now as center, and justify items as center too. Okay, the only thing left is to give some style for this add debit card button. Add debit card selected, and paste over here, background color, content PG, and the padding 1.5 em from top and the bottom, 1 em from left and right, and the border radius 10 pixel is enough, and the color of the text will be secondary color, and the font weight 100, and the text align as center, and the cursor should be pointer to indicate that the button is clickable, and the cursor should be pointer, and the maximum width will be 115 pixel. I want to give maximum height 100 pixel, and for the add button, for this one, display flex, justify content center. The height will be a 0 pixel. The background color BG, and I want to put this plus sign as the center of the button. Just type align item center, and there's a border radius. The border radius 10 pixel, and the margin from bottom 20 pixel. And I want to give the shadow versus add button box shadow 0 pixel. The offset from the horizontal direction. I want 8 pixel the offset in vertical direction like this, and the blurriness amount 2 pixel, and 0 pixel spread of the shadow, and the shadow color will be button shadow. It's not display better, but in dark mode it will be better. And let's give some style with the plus sign icon. The color will be para color 1, background color white, padding 0.5 em, border radius 15%, and I'm gonna give 20 pixel for the wheels and the height. I want to put as center. Just as always, use display flex. Justify content center, align item center. For the art header, we give some style, copy the class name and paste here. The color will be secondary color, font weight bold, and text transfer is capitalized. The font size 29 REA. So now it looks good. Okay, it looks good in mobile size, but in desktop size is not fully responsive. The hairline is hidden under the side menu, and as this part, this debit card account, this section is not at the center. And we're gonna make it responsive. Just type over here media and minimum width 10,000 pixel, and I want to reduce, or just first I want to give some template, grid template columns for the dashboard. Over here I specify the dashboard display grid, and inside this media query I'm going to give grid template columns 1 far 2.2 far. This means this 1 far is the side menu length, and 2.2 far is the main section of this width, and the width of the menu section is twice of the side menu. Save. It's not works. Okay, let's check it. HTML, the dashboard. All right, the main container is out of the dashboard, and this main container should be inside the dashboard. And cut, and paste inside the dashboard. And now it works. Okay, we're gonna specify some additional copy. Then we're gonna give another grid template columns for the 1100 pixel, and let's say it's 3 far. Now it's really cool. Again, we're gonna give for 1200 around 3.5 far. Now it's fully responsive. In mobile size, it will be like this. For tablet, to looks like this, and for desktop it looks this one. So the web page is fully responsive, and we're gonna finish the analytics section. Then we're gonna add the rest of the total balance, the recent transaction, and finally the expense, the gauge one. Okay, let's get to the HTML file. Okay, under the analytics card of this debit card, we're gonna create another analytics card for the total balance. Analytics card. Okay, as you see over here, and we're gonna give the card header like this for the total balance. Card header, and you total balance. Okay, we have over here, and next, what you want, we're gonna write our total balance, and the last date of the total balance updated. Gives the last name total balance, and under this total balance we're gonna create the date. This date indicates that the last date of this total balance is updated. Then we're gonna give the last name updated date, and we're gonna say November 28, 2023, and at this time. Okay, the last one is we're gonna create these 3 buttons in a row, and this is very simple. Just create this over here, the button container element, and inside that each button, so inside each button we're gonna add icons. I'm gonna search for send icon, copy, and paste. Under this icon I'm gonna write send text, and copy this button element, goes the same with the rest, and change the text to top up, and we're gonna change the icon name. The icon name will be circle plus, and copy, change this icon to this circle plus, and the final will be more, and we search for this icon, the copy, paste over here. Now I get each icon I need, and I'm gonna give some style inside my style.css. Let's give additional class name for this total balance. card, because this card header should be as center for this total balance card. Take a look at the finished project. The card header is aligned to the left for all except the total balance. The total balance, the text align is at the center. So we should give further class name, and we're gonna target this class. Text align center. Now the text in align as center. I want to give some gap for between these cards. Let's find the analytic card and the margin for each card is 10 pixel. Now 10 pixel gap between each analytic cards. Okay, let's add some star for the total balance. Select total balance class, and the font weight 900, and the font size will be 2 rem, and the margin 25 em, and 0. Set the text align as center. The text color will be primary color, and again for the updated date the color will be para color 1. Text align center. The only thing left is to add some style for the button container, and for each button container, background color, content pg, and the display flex, and the justify content as center, and the align items as center vertically, and the height of the button container 100 pixel, and the maximum width will be 215 pixel, and the margin auto to put at the center, and the margin from top 1.5 em, and the border radius 10 pixel, and we're gonna target each button. Display flex, but the flex direction should be volume, and the background color will be container bg, and the color of the text will be primary color. Font weight bold, padding 0.5 em, and 0.8 em, and border radius 10 pixel, and the margin in all direction 0.5 em. And the icon in the text is not at the center, so text align center, and the cursor will be pointer. The font weight, font size will be 0.9 rem, and I want to give some gap between the text and the icon. Margin bottom 0.7 em, and the font size 1 rem. Okay, we finished for the total balance section. and it's not responsive, then we're gonna add some responsiveness. And over here, let's say at media queries, and minimum width 715 pixel. This finds the analytics style. Just copy it, paste, delete, and the grid template columns 1.5 far and 1 far. This means the debit card section is 1.5 far and this one is 1 far. This means this debit or this section will be bigger than this section by 0.5 fraction. And it's now totally responsive for desktop and for tablet again and for mobile. Now we're gonna create this recent transaction and in our index.html under this, and just this the last analytics card. We're gonna create another analytic card. Inside analytic card we have two headers, recent transaction and the last 7 days. So we create the container h3 that we give class, we give card header, and again we're gonna give another card class name card header 1 later to give a display flex for this section or for this element. And we have two elements inside this card header. The first one is the recent transaction, and the second one is the date. So, and we're gonna give for the second one class name filter date, and we're gonna add this calendar icon. Just search for calendar in fontawesome.com and you will get this icon and copy paste over here, and we get this calendar icon, the recent transaction text, and the last 7 days. Now we're gonna create each transaction section, and the next to card header we're gonna create the transaction container, the entire transaction container. Transaction container. Inside transaction container we create an element for each transaction. Each transaction. Inside each transaction we have two sides, the left side and the right side. So we're gonna specify the left side as a transaction disk and the right side as a transaction price. And create for transaction description. Inside transaction description we have an image of the payment method. So create the payment method container, payment method. In payment method we're gonna add an image. This image will be PayPal. Then next to the payment method we're gonna name it payment status for this 1. So inside payment status, I'm going to say PayPal received, and the date of that price received 20 November 20, or let's say 20 December 2023, and a time. Okay, we get this. And the last thing is we're gonna create the transaction price container. Transaction price, and give the class name received. Okay, we finished here. We're gonna duplicate this each transaction later. Let's give some style for this. Let's the card one. Display breaks, and we're gonna say justify content space between. That gives us the equal space between the recent transaction text and the last 7 days text. Save it now to give the equal space. As for the filter date, color, color one, and as the cursor will be pointer like this. Okay, for the transaction container, margin from top, a space from the card header will be 2 em, and we have 2 em gap between this text and the picture or the transaction container. And for each transaction, display flex, and I want to give some style for the picture first. The picture is too huge. I want to give the image would be, let's give width and 19%, and I give the width for the parent 14 pixel. That's good. Margin right 1 em. Okay, let's back to the each transaction. Justify content space between. This means the space between this, the left side, and the right side of the item. And the align items center vertically, and the margin from the bottom or the space between each transaction will be 1.5 em. And that's for the transaction description. Display flex. Now to display flex, and the items are stacked horizontally, and the align items as center. Let's add some style for the payment method. Background color will be content PG, and the padding 0.5 pm, and the border radius 10 pixel. I want to put the image as a center, and as always, just type the display flex, justify content center, and aligns items center. Now the image is as a center of the container, and for the payment status, h3, we're gonna reduce the font size 0.9 rem. That's really good. And the color will be secondary, dark blue. So the font weight will be 700. This means bold. For the received date, payment P, the font size will be 8 rem, and the text color para color 2. And finally, for the received, you're gonna give a style font size 0.9 rem, and the font weight 900 extra bold, and the color of the text gonna be primary color. Now we're gonna duplicate each transaction, copy, paste, paste, paste. You're gonna need for transaction lists, and we should change the image. The image of the second transaction will gonna be Spotify, and Spotify premium, and it's not received, so it's payment. And for this one, we're gonna change the here for payment, font size 0.9 rem. The color will be para color 2. Okay, we finished with the recent transaction lists. Now it looks like this on the desktop, and on tablet it look like this, and for mobile size it looks like this, and it's fully responsive. And we're gonna create the final thing, the last analytic card, the gauge that shows the total expenses as a percentage. And to create this, we're going to our HTML file, and there's the analytics card of the recent transaction. We create the final analytics card. This analytics In this analytics card, we have accessory, the class card header, and again we're gonna give card header 1 at the previous for the we gave the card header for recent transaction. And again, we're gonna give card header for the gauge or the expense. Inside the first one is expenses on state. The second one is a three dot icon. Let's search for that three dots and paste. We give that the expenses instead and the three dot icon. Okay. Under the card header, we're gonna create the gauge container. This means the containers that contain this gauge, and inside the gauge container, we create the gauge body. Inside the gauge body, we're gonna create the gauge progress. That means this colored element, and under the gauge progress, we're gonna create the gauge number, this percent gauge number. Inside gauge number, we type 85.5% and break the line and the expense status, let's say normal level. The give class name for this one, expense status. Okay, the only thing left is this total expense indicator under the gauge body. The total expense, total x, and we're going to type inside the span element 1800 bucks. And I'm going to give the class name total expense price. Okay, we finished inside HTML, and we're gonna add some style inside style.css. Copy the gauge container, the width 100%, the maximum width 150 pixels, and the margin auto to put as a center horizontally, and the margin from top to give them space expenses instead text and the gauge container. Save it. We have some space. For the gauge body, background color will be content BG, and I don't want the height of this element. I will show you why later, but I want to give padding bottom 15%. And I want to give some border radius on this top left and the top right to create the semicircle by using this rectangle. To do that, just border top right radius over, okay, top right radius. This means this one is the right one in the top. We're gonna give 100% horizontally on the top, it means on the top, and at 200% vertically, and on the right side. Gives that creates some curves. And again, apply the same thing for the top left radius. Now it creates a semicircle, and we give position relative inside this, and a gauge number. I want to give some style for the gauge number before I give to gauge progress. Gauge number position absolute. The background color container PNG, and bottom 0 and left 15% over here, but it's not as a center. To make it center, transform, translate, minus 15% and 0. Now this as center, and the width will be 18%, and the height will be 80% of the parent. But I want to give the same corner. It creates the beautiful progress path. So I want to put this text as the center of this white parent. So just use display flex and flex direction column, and justify content flex end. It's gonna put this text at the over here at the last of the element. Save it. Now to push at the last, and align items center. Now to put at center, and it's a font size 1.3 rem, and the font weight 100, and the color secondary color. Over here, the path you see over here is 20% width, because this one is the parent and this one is this white is the children. So this children is 18%, has 18% width and 18% height. So the left is 20% from. So this over here, what you see is 20% of this. Now I want to give some style for the gauge progress. The background color progress bar, and the width inherit, and the height 100%, and the position absolute. I forget to give the width for this gauge body, width 100%. Okay, now this one is the gauge progress. So I want to keep 100% far from the top, and the transform origin. This is the concept behind the gauge. The transform origin. Transform origin, center, and the top. This means this colored container or element is rotate or at the center. The origin of this one is at the center of the top. The top is over here, and the center is at this place. Yes, let's take a look. Transform, rotate, 0.3 turn. Now this element is turned at the origin. The origin of this element is at this point. So when we give 0.3 turn, is rotate at this point. They give for it's rotated at this point. So we're gonna hide overflow header. Now this one is the concept behind the gauge. We will give 0.2. The gauge is rotated down. The way we give 0.1 turn, the gauge give is rotate down. And 85.5% means around 0.42. Sorry. This progress is indicate that 85.5% for gauge measurement. And the only thing left is this one. And we're gonna give some style here quickly. Total expense. Background color. Content. BG. The maximum width 100 pixel. Margin auto. And the margin from top to EM. And padding 1 EM. Border radius 10 pixel. And the color of the text will be primary color. And the font weight 700. Okay, these are some steps with this total expense price. Just increase the font weight to extra bold. So now this is all about the gauge. And it's also responsive. It's gonna fit for both mobile, tablet, and for desktop. And let's add something over here to make more responsive. And menus. And gauge number, font size to array. And the expense status for this one, font size 1.2 REA. Now it looks good. And when it hit the 1100 pixel screen size, the font size of the percent and the expense normal, the expense status will be changed. Okay, now the only thing left is to change the screen from light to dark and vice versa. Okay, when we click on this moon icon, this light screen is changed to dark screen. And when we click it again, it changes to light screen back. So what is the concept behind this, the dark and the light screen? Okay, I will show you over here. in my root I already declared the default colors. These default colors are only for the light mode, and this body BG is the background, this one, this light blue, and the para color one in the para color 2 is for this navigation text is end for this text is or paragraphs under the recent transaction, and the primary color is the color of this total balance, and for the logo name, and also there is a navigation background. It means this background, the navigation link background. Content background is this, the active link background. Container background means this, the analytic cards background. These colors are only for the light mode. Over here I already prepared another color preset by using similar variable name. These variable names are similar to these variable names. Only the color codes are changed. These color codes are for the light mode, and these color codes are for the dark mode. So, but always these variable names should be the same with the variable names in the root selector. So when we click on this icon, we're gonna add this dark theme class to our body, our web page body, and we're gonna override these preset colors by using these colors. When we click on this icon, they're gonna add this dark theme to our body element, and they're gonna override the preset of these colors. Let me show you. Copy it, paste over here. This common color is not changed. It is the same for the light screen and for the dark screen. Okay, now the screen is light, and when I click on this icon, this light screen gonna be changed to the dark screen. This means let's hide the preset for the light mode. Then now this one is changed to the dark screen. We're gonna give ID for this icon container, and over here for the FAMO, give ID for the toggle theme, and target this ID inside JavaScript. Honest toggle, and document get element by ID, and toggle, and add the on click effect for this toggle theme. On click, let's check it. Click on this icon, click. Now it works. Clicked. Now at this time I want to add this dark theme to my body. To do that, just type over here document body class list and a toggle. Now copy the dark theme class name over here and save it. This toggle means when we click on this icon, it adds this dark theme to our body, and again when we click on it, it removes this dark item from the body. This toggle means add and remove at the same time. So when I click on this one, click it, it changes to dark mode entire of the web page, the screen, and again when I click on this one, it removes this dark theme from the body. Click on it, it changes to dark the screen, and click on it, it changes back to the light screen. I think I missed something over here. Let's check it. Logo pick, and the color will be primary color. Now it works. Click on it. Click on it. It's so easy. Just first the default color in your root selector, and by using this the same variable name, create another preset colors and put it in class name. And when you click on this on the button, this dark theme will be added to the body, and he gonna override this the preset colors. And when we click again, it removes this dark theme from the body, and this will be shown. And this is all about. And in this video you have learned how to toggle, how to show or hide this side menu, and also you have learned how to toggle between the light and the dark screen, and also you have learned how to create this sketch that shows the total expense as a percentage. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me. And this is all about. Thank you very much. See you soon.